everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online, sorry I'm looking to see if my light's on. Find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. I think my connection to Facebook needs to be refreshed or something, so for some reason it's not going live in my Facebook group. Pretty sure I will be live in my Facebook, on my Facebook page and on YouTube. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I will share this video onto my Facebook group afterwards. And I think I have to restart Facebook and just see if that kind of kicks it into gear. Hey Nancy, welcome. And so tonight it's the sketch challenge. I haven't done a sketch challenge in a while because I was away, and then I think I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things. So I have a sketch for you tonight, and I'm going to play with a suite that I haven't played with. Now I've played with the paper, but I haven't played with the Ocean Friends bundle. It's bright and cheery, and I love the colors in it. But I just haven't managed to play with it. So that's what I'm going to use tonight for my sketch. So if you're following along, this sketch will go live at about 7 o'clock Pacific tonight. So if you miss any of the measurements or want this sketch to follow along with after the fact, just hop over to Instagram, my Facebook page or group, and you will find the sketch there. Or if you get my newsletter, hey Sharon, the sketch was actually in my newsletter. I started to include it in my Tuesday newsletter, so you have it ahead of time if you get that newsletter. If you don't get my newsletter, pop over to stampingwithmelva.com, and hey Connie, the request for my newsletter will pop up on my blog after a few seconds, and so you can subscribe to my newsletter there as well. All right, I'm going to switch over and we'll get started. All right, oops, my candle, let's get things straight. This is the sketch. Things are kind of wonky. Here we go. There's the sketch. So pretty simple. So I've got a card base that's 5.5 by 8.5 or 4.25 by 11. Your first layer is 4 inches by 5.25, which is this white layer. Then you've got 3 pieces that are 1/2 inch by 5.25. And part of my reason for this is I've kind of decided I'm going to focus on using some of that stash of designer series paper that I know we all have. I know I have it. Pretty sure you have it as well. And so this is, I'm going to focus a little bit on kind of some stash buster cards. So 3 pieces of designer series paper, or whatever you want. If you don't want to use designer series paper, 3 pieces of cardstock that are 1/2 inch by 5.25. And then any shape that I've said is about 2.5 by 2.5. And mine's actually going to be a little bit bigger because, like I said, I hadn't used this bundle that's called Ocean Friends, and I'll show it to you. But this is one of the dies that I found, and it cuts kind of coral out. So I'm going to use that. It's a little bit bigger than 2.5 by 2.5, but some kind of shape. It doesn't have to be a circle. It can be any shape. And then sentiment, I've said 3/4 of an inch by 3, whatever fits your sentiment. Okay, so let me show you this suite, because like I said, I had played with the designer series paper, but I had not played with this suite, partly because I don't know who I'm going to send this card to with either a lobster or a crab on it that says thanks so much, because that's the sentiment I'm going to use, but maybe people will appreciate it. Hello friend, and then the images. I don't know, it kind of odd to me, but I love these images, and I've loved some of these cards that I've seen. And then the dies are, of course, amazing. So you have the dies, it's 2-step stamping. And you have the dies to cut out the lobster and the crab, and then some extra dies. So you can cut out some little starfish, some little waves, some bottom of your ocean, and then, of course, this amazing coral. I couldn't get in. Oh, Betty. Well, that's too bad. Well, you're in now. That's good. Okay, so that's the bundle. This is the absolutely gorgeous designer series paper. So it's 12 by 12. Look at these colors. And so I don't think Cynthia is on tonight, but if Cynthia is watching this after the fact, this is ombre. So Cynthia asked me what ombre or gradient was a little while ago, and this is an ombre or a gradient piece of designer series paper. My team does challenges every month. And one of the challenges this month is to use or to make a card that has an ombre or gradient background to it. So this would be considered melon mambo down to pumpkin pie and every kind of pink and yellow and orange in between. The other side of this is more just scallops in melon mambo. Look at this one with the coral. So pretty. And look at it's got some lemon lime twist and coastal cabana, pumpkin pie and peach pie, starfish. Oh, there we go, Cynthia, you are here. Some really pretty stripes. Look at these lobsters. You can cut these lobsters out and the crabs out using the dies. So you get 2 pieces of this. Some smaller ones with some sea anemones, and I don't know what this guy is here. I guess maybe a hermit crab. Yeah, fun. Angelfish. Oh, I've got that one. Oh, no, this is a different one. They look very similar. So a seahorse, and a puffer fish. And then the other side of this one is just melon mambo kind of waves, and the other side of this one is kind of just a nice tiled in peach pie. Some pretty colors. All right, and in the suite as well is this Soft Waves embossing folder. Now, I've already gone ahead and embossed this. It's just very pretty. It's very soft. It just you can pop up these waves, which I'm gonna maybe do with some using your blending brush and some extra color. And then the last thing that's part of this suite are this Sunny Day iridescent dots. And kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can make it easier. So they come in, there we go, in Melon Mambo, Pool Party, and Peach Pie. Lovely. Now these are a little bit thicker. So if you're sending them, you might, if your card's really thick, you might need extra postage in Canada. All right, so I've got my supplies, and I just need one thing. There we go. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and cut out this really cool piece of coral. I've got my 3 pieces of designer series paper. So I'm using a couple of plain, well not plain, but just the kind of the back side of the really bright ones, the little starfish, and then so 3 different pieces of designer series paper that I just cut from some scraps that I had because I have used this paper. I've got a piece of basic white for the inside of the card with some designer series paper, my piece for the sentiment, and of course my background. Okay, so I've cut my cardstock. This is Melon Mambo. I've cut it 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm scoring it at 5 1/2. You know, I think I said this the other day on a live. It's funny how, you know, there are colors like Melon Mambo. I think I actually was using Melon Mambo at the time. There are colors you don't reach for the longest time, and then a designer series paper comes along, and you absolutely have to start using it. So Melon Mambo is one of those for me. Okay, so I'm going to take this embossed peach pie. So this peach pie piece was 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I've got a blending brush, and I'm just going to add some peach pie to it just to kind of make the waves pop a little bit more. Oopsie. So Betty, you said you're waiting for it to come back. Does that mean this? I haven't looked. Is the embossing folder is not available at the moment? I'm sure it will be coming back. And if anybody's waiting for it and wants to know when it's expected back, just reach out and I can tell them. At least for North America. There we go. So that just hopefully pops up the waves a little bit more. Okay, so let's take, and I'm going to just use glue. Try not to get glue all over my fingers. So I'm just putting it like a strip of glue down the side, or down the middle, and then so that it's not too close. So we got about a foot of snow overnight here. It wasn't too bad yesterday. We had some snow, but overnight we woke up to about a foot of snow. So hopefully that's the end of it for us until next week sometime. All right, so those are my 3 pieces of designer series paper. Pretty on that peach pie cardstock. Using liquid glue so it gets into those nooks and crannies. Gosh, I have to say, I love these bright colors. They're not usually ones I use on a regular basis. Oh, it's available today. Oh, perfect. Good timing. Hey, Louise, welcome. Gosh, got lots of people on tonight. That's amazing. All right, like I said, I cut out this piece from using the die from Melon Mambo. And if you, I don't know if you, there you can see, not only does it cut out, but it's got kind of stitching. Oh gosh, Betty, yes, I know it's cold. I got out of Calgary just in the nick of time. I was there last week. So thankfully, it's only about -2 or 3 here. The snow didn't melt today, so I know it didn't go above freezing. Yes, I can't imagine. I grew up in that kind of weather, but it doesn't mean I want to go back to it. All right, so I'm just putting that down there. Like I said, any shape. Stick, and I'm not worried about if it pops up a little bit. It's not completely flat. Because I am going to, of course, I have to cut out one of those crabs or lobster. What shall I do? Well, so Connie, my husband broke out the snowblower. Yep, he was working on it, had it going yesterday, but it is now broken. He apparently sheared the shear pin. I don't know if that's right, but something like that. So he has to go out tomorrow. Luckily, he cleared enough for him to get out of the driveway. And he'll go out and see if he can find the piece that he needs to fix it. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this crab on. So it is 2-step stamping, so you need both of the pieces. One is the background. Oh, -30 in Quesnel. Oh, that's too cold for me. Guys, anybody in the US, those are Fahrenheit temperatures, so I don't know actually what those convert to sorry, those are Celsius temperatures, so I don't know what they convert to in Fahrenheit. Cold, doesn't matter, it's cold. Okay, so 2-step stamping. So I'm going to stamp both of these in Melon Mambo. And I'm going to stamp off. Actually, I'm just going to ink this up and just sometimes the brand new photopolymer stamp. Oh, yes. My dog used to do that when I grew up in Alberta. My dog would actually, we would have to carry her back in because she would get partway out and then refuse to move. All right, so I've stamped that in Melon Mambo, stamped off. And now I'm going to take and stamp the body of the crab, trying my best to line him up. Pretty good when you can stand over it and it is photopolymer, so you get this kind of the detail of the crab. And while I have my ink out, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I cut mine to be 3 inches, but I've stamped it and I will trim it off. Too cold for their feet. Yes, that's exactly it. Okay. So I've got a little piece of Post-it note tape here. Oops, just get the claws going the right way. And we just will line that up. that on. Oops, my tape isn't holding very well. So get that on here and then. So today, Stampin' Up! Added a whole bunch of new items or things that actually not all new. Some of them are from the annual catalog. So to the celebration. So lots of new things that you can choose from through the end of February with a $75 order or increments of $75. So that was cool. Have fun looking through those. There was 2 new kits added this morning, so you can order those that are kind of fun. All right, so there's my crab. It's just going to go down here in the corner. Well, I'm going to wait to put him on, and I'm going to just take my sentiment. So I'm not going to cut the whole thing off. I'm going to cut quite a long kind of banner end in this one end. So we'll put it there. That's my plan anyway. So we'll put the crab there. And we'll put this. Okay. I've stuck that on there, so I guess I'm gonna put it on like that. So we'll put a dimensional on the one end and a little bit of glue on the other end, because I don't, I've got it, my crab is partly popped up. There we go. Oh, I guess I should take the backing off my dimensional. That would help it stick. There we go. All right, now I need an inside for my card. And of course I need some embellishments. So let's use, I'm going to use the peach pie ones because I've got lots of melon mambo on here. Like I said, these are quite big. So you may want to think about mailing. It's not too thick, and it probably will go for letter. Shouldn't be oversized letter. So we'll just take this. This was 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. Again, another scrap piece of my designer series paper that I had. And we'll put that on the inside. There we go. All right, kind of a fun card. Definitely not my typical colors, but definitely was fun. And I just love these colors together. Yeah, I might have to think about this one. It's very fun. All right. All right, there we go, everybody. Now, so I am back on track tomorrow. Now, I will be early tomorrow. So I will be going live about 4:30 Pacific, so a little earlier than normal with my technique. So come and join me at 4:30 tomorrow. And then I'll be back on track on, I think, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be back to 11 o'clock on Saturday and 12 o'clock on Sunday. Trying to get back into my normal time schedules, things going on. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. Don't forget to check out those celebration items, the new ones that were added. Lots of things to choose from before, as well as what was added by Stampin' Up!, including some amazing dies. If you watched me last night with my memory keeping and I used the Alphabet a la Mode dies, you can now get those dies with a $75 order. So they are amazing dies if you're at all into doing some memory keeping or even for your cards. So you want to check